Lucky Lefty Podcast, Honora Boys in the building, brought to you by Honora Whiskey, HonoraWhiskey.com. It is that premium American whiskey, HonoraWhiskey.com. And if you drink, by all means, make sure that you do it
responsibly.
Let's get it. Lucky Lefty in the building. Happy Thursday, everybody. SD2 mics. That dude, the original Lucky Lefty himself, MALIK'S, ZAIRE. Brought to you by Honora Whiskey. Courtesy of Bleav Network, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Tap in with us. Go download all of our episodes each and every day. We dropped 4 episodes over at Apple Podcasts and Spotify this morning. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up. Leave your comments and questions. We respond to all. TikTok, Twitter, X, Instagram, Lucky Lefty Pod. Patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network. Players Only Podcast dropped yesterday. 4 for 40 with Reggie Brooks dropped yesterday. Prep Star Recruiting drops tomorrow.
Is this Netflix? Is this Netflix?
We just keep dropping content over and over again behind enemy lines with John Neighbors from Arkansas. Drops tonight exclusively at Patreon.com. I'm telling you, you need to go. Patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network. That's all we do is produce content talking college football, Notre Dame. Got you covered. Behind enemy lines tonight around 8 o'clock, exclusively Patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network. That was a great Players Only podcast, bro. You guys broke down the 7-on-7 and how it's impacting recruiting and high school juniors and seniors. And
right. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know how in-depth the 7-on-7 world was in just terms of like these kids is getting, I mean, colleges is dueling out money like it's nothing.
Nah, but you didn't Bleav. Man, stop, Newt Rock. Stop, man. Every show you ask the same questions that have been, and I don't know if you're trolling. Just stop. Calm down. Already. We haven't even got 5 minutes into the show. Relax. Go to FanDuel. We're presented by FanDuel. I lost track. FanDuel. FanDuel.com. Download the FanDuel app. Notre Dame still holding fast, 4.5. Over under total is 64.5. I was just telling Left, ladies and gentlemen, before we start the show, that these Arkansas players, because I was very empathetic. Left. I was very empathetic.
He was giving grace.
Empathetic to the way that Arkansas had lost the last 2 games. Tough ways to lose. Like literally headed in to win both games, and they commit 2 fumbles to end both games. And I said, man, this team really should be undefeated, welcoming 1-2 Notre Dame into their stadium. And I sat back and listened to some Arkansas players, and they kept referring to Jeremiah Love as Jordan Love. And then looking to the other teammate like, oh, man, yeah, what's his name? I'm like, oh, so now we're doing that? Now we're doing that? We're acting like we don't know who Jeremiah Love is? We're doing that? That's okay. You'll be well acquainted with him on Saturday. Don't worry. It'll be early in the morning. We'll let you know who he is early in the morning on Saturday. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
I told Left, now I've turned to, let's go scrape these dudes. Let's absolutely go scrape these dudes.
But that's why you can't give them an inch, they take a mile. They calling him Jordan, and I hope they think he plays like Jordan. Maybe that's the reverence. Maybe they giving him reverence there.
I mean, that considering that that's the best, I guess that would be reverence. Um,
Hey, let's see. I mean, hey, at least he acknowledges some kind of greatness, but at the same time, how do you not know a guy that's the one of the more well-known players in college football? This is not like he's just a good player on another team. He's on the front of the EA game that you like to play. I know you play NCAA 26, so don't act like you don't know who it is. That just fuels the fire.
yeah, yeah, just having fun though. I I just wanted to see a good game. Now I'm like, okay, let's smash these cats. So we're gonna talk about Sam Pittman. It's not whoa, man. You talk about Notre Dame walking into a game that could very early they could snatch the soul of this team
Yeah, it
very
can get
early.
ugly quick.
You talking about a head coach being on a hot seat. Woo-wee! Razorback media.
Is
They
it
got the
true? Is it true that Brian Kelly's brother is on the team?
that information. That information I do not have, but I will say this, and you can check out the interview with John Neighbors uh, over at Patreon.com a little later tonight. They pretty much, most of the media has pretty much said it's time for a change. This is like considered a program and job saving game. That's a lot of pressure for a team.
It's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure for Arkansas on Saturday. Like they need this one to save their head coach's job. That's a lot of pressure, bro. And you talk about, man, teams carrying
Why is
things
Notre Dame
in.
always the highest stakes though? Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think the decision has already been made. I don't think they fire him before they get into like. Well, they played one SEC game against Ole Miss, but I don't think they fire him in the middle of an SEC schedule, unless the bottom just falls out of everything.
I've seen it happen before.
Yeah, we've seen it happen in college football. Absolutely, we've definitely seen it happen.
Look, we
But I
just saw the
just
UCLA coach. UCLA coach got 15 games.
see,
That's
but see that's my point. Arkansas isn't that low
I
at
don't,
this point.
I don't think there's anything worse than that. And they didn't even jump in the conference. They said we're not even gonna let this stand. But I do think it is good though that once again, I like how Arkansas proposed it. Like I believe what you said. They probably already had their decision. They just know that it's an insurmountable uh, thing to accomplish on
Mm-hmm.
Saturday. That's why they did it. They said, okay, you can stay, but beat Notre Dame, and then we'll see what we can do. That's a trap. That's a trap door.
Well, I mean, you would not want your team facing a big game like Notre Dame with a brand new coach or with an interim coach. I don't think that would be smart to do that. So yeah, but I think the decision, big picture, I think the decision has been made. I think they know, like, yeah, we've reached the ceiling with Sam Pittman as the head coach. And, we can start, reaching out to agents, scouring the landscape to see who we feel like might be the suitable replacement. I think they know it's time. And really, the only thing Saturday can do is possibly speed up the process, especially if Notre Dame goes in there and blows them out. Now, if Notre Dame goes in there and just wipes them out, yeah, that could be a problem. That could be a problem. All right, Lucky Lefty podcast. I am ready to get to Malik's three keys. Malik's three keys coming up. As always, Malik's three keys are brought to you by Honora Whiskey, HonoraWhiskey.com. It is that premium American whiskey, HonoraWhiskey.com. Presented by FanDuel, Notre
That's right.
Dame, 4.5 point favorites on Saturday and left. 11 o'clock start. Razorback Stadium. Donald W. Reynolds, Razorback Stadium. The number 22 and 21 in the two polls, respectively. Notre Dame Fighting Irish sitting at 1-2 will take on the 2-2 Arkansas Razorbacks that are unranked. And we got Malik's three keys. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. The three keys to victory against Arkansas.
Well, the first key of victory is that we got to control the environment. And controlling the environment means you got to start fast. So we got to take the crowd out of it. I think we're going to get one of those record-breaking crowds, never before seen, highly anticipated. Everybody in the town is coming out to see a game like this. So, the energy is going to be there. But we've survived environments like this. CJ has had a couple experiences already, not only away, but at home having hostile environments. So it's going to be nice to see what's next, right? It's going to be nice to see what's next. And I do think controlling the environment means we got to get ahead early. First key is that in the first quarter, we should be up at least 10 points. And I think that way it allows us to operate on a consistent level offensively and keep that rhythm that we had from last game, to score points, to keep drives going, to score in clutch situations. Defensively, it would allow us, by taking out of the crowd, it allow them to settle in, make calls, and not get washed over by the momentum of the game environment. It's going to be early. It's going to be hot. But we're going to be ready. The second key to victory is special teams. Right? Against Texas A&M, it set the tone early, which gave us control for most of the game. Special teams should be able to, but special team also hurt us in moments late in the game. I think a strong special team effort with a special teams touchdown, I'm not going to say whether it be a block or a return, either one, we're being on fire because we can fire from all signals. Jadarian Price can take it in kick return. We can block a kick. We can get in a punt return. It can happen either way, but I think an impact in that aspect is going to be big for us. And lastly, defensively, I think defensive pressure is going to matter in moments. I think this is a primarily run team, but because they'll be down, they're going to take chances throwing the football more. They said in the conference themselves that they like their matchups and they like what they look like against us on paper. So it'll be important for us to be able to find the line of scrimmage control. We got to be able to create some middle pressures, have more than 6 TFLs. That's the goal. Have more than 6 TFLs at least. I mean, come on, guys. Having one in a game where you get scored 41 on is unacceptable. So having at least what was it, 5 TFLs, 6 TFLs, we should be in the right space.
I'm going to tell you like this, man. What you just pointed out, if Notre Dame can execute your first key, I think that team is ripe for the picking. Like that moment in this game, and it might not come early, but at some point, because what did I say? I said there are two teams that are kind of the same, kind of the Spider-Man gif, pointing at each other, but on opposite sides, where Notre Dame has not been able to handle success and finish games when they've been going good, and Arkansas has not been able to handle adversity. And Arkansas is going to have to get used to, in this game, can they handle your head coach is on the hot seat? You've had 2 heartbreaking losses. If anything happens in this game, some turnovers, a fumble, return for a touchdown, a hit pass for a pick 6, just anything crushing that happens in the midst of this game, can they recover and can they muster up enough to kind of make it competitive, especially if those things happen early? That, for me, is going to be very telling. Very telling. Offensively, yeah. Offensively, they are talented, especially, yeah. some reason, Notre Dame has not keyed in on the main guys offensively. Like they didn't key in on Mario Craver and take him away. Like, dude,
they let him
he's
do
their
whatever he
guy.
wanted.
You let their main guy do whatever he wanted to do. So Quincy Blake, number 9, is the guy.
Yeah.
Taylor Green in passing situations will literally stare him down and throw it to tight windows. You know this. Take him away. Just take him away. Make him go to the other receivers.
That's it.
That's what you have to do.
Have some gamesmanship. We've been out there just playing football. We need to have some gamesmanship about us. Bring out those terrific, one-off calls that Marcus Freeman has, and those blitzes they got to replay on commercial 5 or 6 times because it was out of nowhere. I think, like you said, though, it's going to require a united effort. We can't have too many weak links in the chain trying to start fast and shoot ourselves in the back with penalties and all type of stuff. So keying on and taking away players is what we were special at, and we can still do that. We have the ability to do that when the coaching is there and not just installing a system. It looks like the last 3 games we were installing the system. We're putting in the things that we're going to be known for. I think this game, take away, like you said, number 9. It's not like they're running anything complex. They go to what they're good at. That's how they stay afloat. It's not like they're getting it from all cylinders like our offense. They literally got the players on the scouting report. We just got to execute.
Man, let me tell you something. And this is shout out to who is this? Our guy Benji from X. We do not take Arkansas lightly. Look, Benji, that's great. Coach talk. Notre Dame is 1-2. Notre Dame is 1-2. Notre Dame is not taking anybody lightly the rest of the year. They're 1-2.
We're looking to go 10-0 in this ride. What is he talking about?
They're 1-2. They're not in position to take any. They know. That's not something. Yeah, that's not something we have to tell Notre Dame. We can't take them lightly, dude. They're 1-2.
1-2.
They're 1-2. They know exactly where they are. That's the last thing you have to tell this team moving forward. The last thing. That's the last thing I'm worried about. We actually did a poll. We did a poll over at the YouTube channel, and very interestingly enough, we asked what's going to be the outcome of this matchup. And the options were Notre Dame wins by a blowout, which is double figures. Arkansas wins a close game. Notre Dame wins a close game. And then Arkansas wins by blowout. 54% of people think that Notre Dame wins a close game. What's that?
Arkansas isn't going to be a playoff team. We need to stop creating boogeyman out of teams that are on our schedule. We love to do that. We love to say, oh, we got a tough one versus XYZ. The expectation for us to be this dominant, win every game team hinders itself when you start saying, oh my gosh, the big boogeyman Arkansas. Since when? Arkansas just told you that their head coach is on the stake. He is on the hottest of hot seats. His job is dependent on beating Notre Dame. So clearly Arkansas doesn't think they're championship ready now either. So let's not, which is I think our biggest issue sometimes in big games where we play down to our competition. I'm not saying Arkansas doesn't have things that can challenge us and give us problems, and how we've been playing may be an issue. But where we're trying to go as a 10-0 team, every game is taken at its severity. It's not we're looking past anybody. We can't. We can't look past anybody. So we're giving our biggest effort and our greatest effort just like they are. However, we should, with who we have no problem with this team. And it's okay to feel like that. We don't have to make them seem better because we feel good about the game. We don't have to boost them up to make them seem like it's going to be close because we have our own issues. They have issues too. You didn't see the last two games? They have had situational awareness. They so it's things that they don't do well and will capitalize on. I'm sure their fan base is more worried about the game on their end than we are. Let's not try to scare each other and to see who's the bigger bully. We know we are the bully.
I'll say this. It's going to be interesting to see if and when the crowd turns. Because you already know a percentage of that fan base wants them to lose so they can get rid of the coach. They're ready to get rid of the coach. Therefore, they want them to lose games so that they can be assured that they're going to move on to another coach. So in situations like that, the stadium could become mum real fast if Notre Dame gets off to a quick start. But, the fans, they're in the stadium. They're going to root for their team. But I think it's going to be interesting to watch. It's funny. I saw Le'Veon Moss, the Texas A&M running back. He was on TV this week during an interview, and they asked him what the experience was like at Notre Dame Stadium. And he was like, it's no Kyle Field. I said, fam, what? Like, name the champion, name anything
that's like Kyle Field.
Kyle Field. Like what?
Duh. Okay. You're just trying to be Captain Obvious here. Clearly, that's a one-of-one stadium. Like, we played there and thought it was everything that you're saying it was. Yeah, but listen, don't try to minimize us as a team because you're excited to play us. That just adds bulletin board material. You know what I don't like? You know what I don't like, Love? When other people try to take, when you build something up, and the people that built it up loan it, or people that are connected to those people feel like they can receive a loan from those people. Yeah. I'll give you an example. Georgia can talk trash to Notre Dame. Alabama can talk trash to Notre Dame. They can talk trash to Notre Dame. Yeah,
right?
That's true.
They're both SEC teams.
That's right.
LSU can't talk trash because we beat LSU.
Yeah, we don't.
You beat LSU.
We don't need to hear nothing.
LSU can't say anything in recent history. The last times we played them. So my point is, there are two teams in the SEC that can say Notre Dame. You, for the most part, when we played you, calm down.
Yeah, calm down. Okay,
right. Especially in recent history. But when you hear the SEC, all the SEC talking about we're SEC, Notre Dame can't beat the dude, you don't get Arkansas doesn't get to grab you don't get to use.
This is not transitive properties. This is not transitive. You beat him and we played them good and we can beat you because you played them. No. Go ask the ACC if that works.
This year, Texas A&M, dude, you talk all year.
Texas you earned it. Hey, listen, we can't say nothing.
You can talk all year. Can't say a darn thing. All we can say is tell us when you make it to the playoff or to a playoff. That's what we tell us. Texas A&M.
Beat us there. Don't beat us there.
You beat us. Good game. Let us know when you make it to a playoff, though. Because it's been a long time.
Yeah, beat us there, don't meet us there. Yeah. Because we've been a long
time. But everybody else in the SEC, hush.
Man, time out. Yeah, don't even get the fixing lips because you seen that we are lost to the. No.
Stop.
Don't be like that guy.
You know what I'm saying? You're the little brother trying to act like, big brother's not with you. Georgia and Kirby Smart are not walking on the field with Arkansas on Saturday.
Well, matter of fact, Georgia can't say much neither.
No, I said we beat them last year, but before that,
Yeah,
The
before that.
last
Yeah.
5-7 years. Right. That's
Only
why I
about as
threw
good as the
Alabama.
last game. Yeah.
That's why I threw Alabama in there because they beat us a couple of times in the championship, in the playoffs. So those two programs.
We'll have our respects. We'll trade respects. Okay, y'all got us, but we got y'all. But y'all, y'all still Georgia. Y'all still Georgia.
2 to 3 teams can beat their chest about the SEC. Everybody else.
Yeah. Can Michigan talk? I feel like Michigan can't say nothing to us either, but I guess they won last or something like that.
Well, dude, they won a national championship. You win a national championship, you can talk. You can say whatever you want. I don't care if they cheated. I don't care if they allowed their players to cheat on final exams. All I know is they got a trophy in the trophy case.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting paid with Netflix deals.
Hey, if he was getting
the coaches in the NFL undefeated. You know what I mean? Like,
They wasn't playing.
Yes.
So,
yes. Everybody made out good.
Everybody made out good. That's the thing. It was no ending. At the ending they had a slow credits about what happened to them. All of that is still good. They thriving. So I know that's the first time ever though. How do you get in a scandal where you win out of it? Like you don't get no crazy document. It's like, yes, we're guilty, but hey, we're just gonna transfer over to the better, bigger and better things. That's crazy.
That's like somebody being arrested, locked up, brought in, and then literally turning around and walking right back out. Like,
talking about. All right, good. Hey, good show. I like it. I'll be back or something. We'll figure it out.
Appreciate it. So that was the MALIK'S 3 Keys brought to you by Nora Whiskey or NoraWhiskey.com. That premium American whiskey. Sam Pittman. Woo, a lot of people feel like he's a dead man walking.
Dead man walking.
And this is what he had to say about Notre Dame.
Opportunity to play Notre Dame. Certainly glad it's home. It'll be good to be back home. Really good football team. Outstanding running backs, quarterback, tight end. Wideouts. They're just really good offensively. O-line's good, running the ball more than what they did early in the year, and it's really working out, having a lot of success. Defensively, we've got some really good playmakers over there. Run man coverage, bring singles, disruptive on the defensive line with their movements, and so really good team. Played good last week against Purdue, and really played well against A&M, and Miami just came up short, a point and a field goal. But Coach Freeman's done a wonderful job there. We're looking forward to having a storied program like Notre Dame in our stadium.
Whew, he must have watched all of the film from 2024. Ladies and gents.
He's living a little bit in the past. But I do think that this is a good opportunity for Notre Dame not to make another coach historic in their program. Let's take the opportunity to say, hey, let's be the bad guy in this situation for once. Let's not be the team that they beat and he gets $100 million contract extension, or he gets a Good Morning America tour, or he releases a book on how I did it and if I can help Marcus Freeman next time. Let's actually be the villain where, yeah, your job's on the line, you're playing Notre Dame, and you don't win. Let's not be the, oh man, chips were down and all I needed to do was just beat this top-ranked Notre Dame team I have no business beating. Let's not be the story for them this time, because we love to be the story for people.
Yeah, you're right, Lef. You're right. I mean, Notre Dame is a jewel or a feather in
David Shaw smiling when he beats us. Gatorade baths in week 2. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. Johnson, yeah. It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, Notre Dame is a feather in the cap. They really are a feather in the cap. So it should be interesting. Marcus Freeman was asked about the challenge of this offense and whether or not he feels like moving forward, they're going to have to outscore teams. This is what Marcus Freeman said.
Something we've always said, no matter how well the offense is doing or how well the defense is doing, offense got to score one more point. And defense, you got to hold them to 1 point less. And we don't have we never go into the game and say, hey, our objective is to score 60 points and we think our defense is going to give up 50. No, that's not the objective. The objective is, hey, whatever, no matter what it takes, we got to score one more point. And no matter what it takes, we got to keep them to 1 point less. And so the ability to do that is just to, I think you got two groups that got to continue. There's different challenges to improve, right? But they both got to focus on how to get better, all right? And offensively, we got to be able to understand, like, okay, we played really, really well. Point the finger at everybody else, but also how do we make this thing better? How do we handle success? And I believe that, you know, our coaching players do. And defensively, all right, how do we handle some adversity, right? How are we going to find ways to correct this? And the only way to do that is to point the finger at yourself, right? And to say, okay, this is ours. It's all of us. It's not one person, not one call. It's why aren't we executing? And, okay, did this explosive play happen? It's on me. It's on everybody. And if we do that, we'll both get better at a faster rate.
You know, that's very interesting, Love, because he says that his offense has to learn how to handle success, but his defense has to learn how to handle adversity.
I don't know. Marcus Freeman is too much of a Socrates philosophy, like too much of a pay for your sins all the time. It would be nice for him to be a little bit more encouraging and happy with what's going on the team. You know, I mean, you hear, for example, Nebraska's coach. Matt Rule loves to talk about how good he thinks certain guys are, and he is real about certain things. He's not always saying, well, we just need to always continue to work hard and get better and find the next. Like, that gets stalled out. I think some of that is needed to be celebrated, of just how good we've been or how good we're doing in certain areas, because it's good for morale. If all I hear from him is, oh, we just need to get better, no matter if we win, if we lose, it's like, where is that meeting point? So, yes, it's okay to have a goal of 60 points in a game. You can reach that goal. But, yeah, you're obviously trying to do whatever it takes to win. But, yeah, it's Marcus Freeman. Yes, it's great to have an offense that can score 60 points a game. It's okay to have a goal of that. You don't have to shy away from it, because you're right. We damn near need to score 60 in some games. One, because we have to, and two, because we can. How many teams can say both? We don't need to score 60 because we're that bad. We can score 60 because we can, and we're good. If we have to score 60 every game, that's a bad thing, but we're not in that situation, in my opinion.
I think it's a good place to be in, to have 40 points in your back pocket offensively every week. I would rather go into a game with 40 points in my back pocket than
the back
not.
pocket.
Regardless,
pocket, we can rattle off that.
Yes, regardless of how good my defense is, I would much rather have 40 points in my back pocket offensively. Even if I don't need all of the 40, I still want it in my back pocket. Still want it in my back pocket. It's like my dad used to give me, when I took the bus to school back in the day, my dad would give me $20 for bus fare,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
But my boy, Jimmy Garcia, had a car, and my boy Sergio, we both were on the baseball team. So I would ride with them to training.
Yeah, you just thinking a little smarter.
I'm pocketing the $20 every week. I'm not telling them I'm getting a ride every morning. I'm like, hey, I need my bus fare.
About the ride. He don't know about the bus.
He didn't know about it. So that was just $20 I had come the weekend.
Hey, I'm getting there and back. I'm getting home every day. That's all.
Now I had $20 on the weekend to go do something, go to the movies. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Because the 20 didn't factor in the food. It didn't factor in the well-being. It just was
no.
strictly
That
travel.
was bus fare. That was bus fare. I got another 20 for lunch for the week. Yeah. So, you know, I saved 80 a month. 80 a month for a high school kid back in the day. That was good money. That was good money back in the day, Left. $80 a month? Yeah, it's good money. Good money. A couple of dates on Friday night. Couple of dates on Friday night. You know, you got to know how to be a good steward.
He said, look, I had to get smarter on travel so I can get this date this weekend right quick.
You know, I had a little good steward in me as a short, you know? And, you know, that's how it is, man. Marcus Freeman, as a defensive head coach, he's probably super frustrated because he's like, finally got me an offense. I finally have an offense that I'm confident that I know what it's going to do or what it's capable of every week. I finally got it. I've been waiting for it. I finally get my right OC. We finally get everything put in. Everybody's locked in. They're giving me 40 points a week. I feel like I'm going to get that every week. And now, what the heck is going on with my defense?
What the heck is going on?
What the heck is going on with my defense? So I understand his frustrations. Man. So maybe that's why he's trying to be philosophical.
The man is distraught. He is distraught over this. He's not used to this.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he's being so philosophical.
You got to be an agent of change. What they say, agent of change. You have to be adaptable. It's okay if it don't go your way, but it's still working. What they say, God show you in many different ways. He didn't say he was gonna give it to you the way you wanted it. You see what I'm saying? He didn't say he was gonna. He said, I show you what you like to do, Marcus Freeman. I show you how close you can get. But let God show you that offense leads the way. Defense gonna take a hit, but you're getting the result of a championship behind me. That's all I have.
Yeah, I got Wayne Miller said it best. Milk, no cereal, peanut butter, no jelly. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically a peanut butter sandwich. And just a bowl of milk. Even if you drink a bowl of milk, it's usually after the cereal is gone, and at least you still have like the little flakes of the cereal left in there. Or a little sugar to make the milk a little bit sweeter. But yeah, man. I do have confidence though, Left, in this game. I'm going to keep it a buck. I have confidence in this game that Notre Dame is going to be able to answer the bell. I really do. And I think for them to answer the bell is going to take one of their best efforts. I think you're going to see one of Notre Dame's best games, complete games this week. I really do. They're going to be healthy. Noah Burnett, according to Marcus Freeman, during the teleconference today, Noah Burnett is on schedule to be available for field goals. Eric Smith will go back to kickoffs. Leonard Moore, Devontae Smith are on schedule. Of course, the next couple of days will tell the story. So we talked about the best way for them to get better is for them to be healthy. The healthier they become defensively, the better they become. Now, the pass rush thing is going to be interesting, but I was happy to hear Marcus Freeman and Jaden Osbury. If you missed it yesterday, Jaden Osbury was asked about the keys to the defense being able to take on the Arkansas offense. And Jaden Osbury said this, and I said, man, I feel good about how Notre Dame is going to come into this game. Take a listen.
Our keys, we're going to have to execute. We're going to have to send pressure, keep them in the pocket. But at the end of the day, I feel like if we do what we have to do, then, that's going to show on Saturday. I feel like if we just keep coming out here, keep getting better, and do what a Notre Dame defense is supposed to do, then we'll go out there and do what we got to do. So,
hey, he's talking that aggressive. That right there for me.
That's a guy. That's a guy that has understanding, man. He understands that it's not that difficult. We just need to be better, and it's not that we're playing somebody that's this super monster of a team. It's just, hey, we just need to be who we are. That's how you eliminate the veil of this uncertainty of I don't know if we're able to. No, we're able to do it. We know who we are. Don't let the record fool you. We just gotta execute, and I think that's where he's speaking to.
Let me tell you something, man. Sometimes you get the right person, situation, circumstance, or opposition to bring out what is exactly needed from you or from your team at that moment in that season. You cannot do anything but be aggressive against a dual threat quarterback like Taylor Green. You have to know the keys, and you have to go after him and force him to give the ball to the running back because he is the best running back. He has Kenny mentioning him times 2. Pause, because that sounded crazy.
But sounded a little crazy,
Sounded real crazy. I apologize. It sounded crazy. I couldn't stop myself.
So, hey, you been locked in though. You was locked in on some Dame Dash. You was locked in.
That sounded crazy though. I apologize. But he is very similar to how Kenny is in the RPO game. Where Kenny is greedy. Like Kenny's like, I'm running this in the RPO game. Taylor Green is very much like that. Regardless of what the defensive end does.
Just a threat. And he's big. He ain't easy to bring down kind of guy. You got to wrap him up. So this is not a game of it's good enough to get there. You got to bring him down. It might take 1 or 2 guys.
So for me, that's the perfect opposition. It forces Notre Dame to have an aggressive game plan. Forces them. They can't stand back and let him pick and choose. No, you have to force the issue. Take him away in the run game and then let your linebacker scrape over the top, get to the outside. Man, Sam Pittman spoke glowingly about Drake Bowen. He was like, yo, we got to find a way to block Bowen because he runs sideline to sideline and hits. So for me, Arkansas is the perfect. I like Arkansas being the team that we play next. If we had gone from the Purdue game and going directly into like USC, I would be real like, man. Woo! Because that's a similar style to Purdue, but elevated. 2 consecutive weeks. But this game, it's a little bit different. They put a lot on Taylor Green. Like he literally single-handedly puts on a show. I just don't think he's going to be enough if Notre Dame continues to shut down the run game like they have. I just don't think he's going to be enough in this game. With his propensity to turn the ball over a couple of times a game. And they're undisciplined as a team. I think they're averaging 7.5 penalties per game as a team. That's a lot of penalties. So, I'm just stating a lot of different facts that could go against the Razorbacks, but we don't have our own picture-perfect team in Notre Dame walking into Razorback Stadium. Like, we're hoping that their health is going to make them better defensively. We're hoping that what we saw in the second half, that trend continues, especially up front with the defensive line. And then we're hoping that everything else, Marcus Freeman talked about, once again, technique. He talked about that today in his teleconference call. Like, we have to be technically sound technically and fundamentally sound in the secondary.
Yes, back to basics.
So Marcus Freeman knows, but at the end of the day, if you're going to ask me, is Notre Dame the better team roster? Yes, on paper. I can be honest enough to say that coming into this game, I wouldn't have a problem with someone saying, I trust Arkansas to be who they are more than I trust Notre Dame. Right?
Say that again.
If someone said to me, I trust Arkansas to be who they're going to be on Saturday, because every game they have been undisciplined, lots of penalties, turnovers, explosive offense, fifth best offense, and they've been at every game. And they were able to get away with that, being who they are, against their first two opponents, which were, subpar opponents. But then when they stepped up in competition, they couldn't get away with it against the best team in G5 right now, and also one of the top teams in the SEC in Ole Miss. But they have been consistent with who they are. Like, every week, they've literally been the same team. They just couldn't beat better teams being themselves.
Right. But
That's
this
what I
is a
meant
game
by that.
we just can't afford to be sloppy though. This is not a game we can win affording to be sloppy in this environment.
No, can't be sloppy. You can't. That's giving the game away. Like, don't give the game away. That's every week, especially moving forward with the rest of the schedule. But I just think Arkansas, I know who they are and what they're going to bring to the table. Notre Dame in this game is the missing variable, in my opinion. Notre Dame is the missing variable. I know Arkansas struggles defensively. That's not changing. The secondary blows coverages similar to what Purdue does. Malachi Field should have a field day, pun intended. Offensive, they're going to get yardage,
Malachi Field should
move the ball. But they're going to turn the ball over, and they're going to commit penalties. That's what they're going to do. Their special teams is questionable, especially when it comes to place kicking. That's been consistent. Taylor Green is going to make plays. The wide receiver, that's been consistent. Arkansas has been Arkansas all 4 games. I don't expect that to change. Notre Dame.
I don't either.
If Notre Dame plays better than if Notre Dame plays the way they played against Miami, Notre Dame's going to win. If they play the way they played in the second half against Texas A&M, Notre Dame's going to win. Heck, if they run the ball the way they ran it against Purdue, Notre Dame's going to win. Notre Dame, in my opinion, Left, is the missing variable in this matchup. Because half to half, quarter to quarter, we just don't know what we're going to get from Notre Dame. And it's been that way just about every game.
Yeah, we're a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde right now, for sure.
And so I really think this is going to be their best and most complete game. I really do. And they might not give you a full 4 quarters, but I think if they give you 3.5, good 3.5, and they're facing a team that offensively is just going to make plays. It's just as simple as that. They're facing a team that's going to be able to make plays. Before we get out of here, Lev, give me your X factors for the game. All right, Lev must be going through a zone. I'll give you my X factors. X factors for the game. I'm going to go with.
Oh, I
You
can
got
go
your X
factors.
factors.
My X factors for the game is KBA
Hmm.
and Tay Johnson. I think
Hmm.
those are the two that can set the tone for the energy and the defensive urgency that we need to play with. Those two. Drake's really good. I think Drake's a staple, but those two I think can change the energy in the game and create turnovers, which will activate a Snead and all very and get that front line going. I think when they blitz with energy and they can make things happen.
I'm going to stay on that defensive side, and it's simple for me. I said it early in the week. The X factor for me, especially in this game, Leonard Moore and Devontae Smith. They are the X factors. Number one, can they be healthy enough to go? And if they can go the way both of them have played early in this season, they are going to make a huge difference in man-to-man coverage in this game. They're going to make a huge difference in man-to-man coverage in this game. So those are my defensive X factors. Leonard Moore, Devontae Smith, and their health. Because if they play and they're healthy, they're going to make a difference. Give me your offensive X factor, Lev.
Offensive X factor. I'm gonna take it to CJ Carr. I think his poise determines the way we play early. If he's in there confident, making big plays down the field and to loosen up the run game, I think that will make us in a position of early victory. Meaning by third quarter should be another 40-point route en route to another victory leading into the next week. Because I do think that if we can get up early enough, we can also install another part of our offense with Kenny in that run game and see what we can do with that too.
You know what? I like CJ Carr. That's a safe bet each and every week. But my X factor offensively, I'm going to go off the board. And I'm going to root for my boy Jaden Greathouse to finally have a big game. Finally have an
Yeah,
impactful
okay,
game.
that's needing to see. Needing to see for sure.
I want him to finally have a game outside of blocking. He's been impactful blocking. Marcus Freeman talked about the way he's blocked, even though he hasn't gotten the ball a lot this year. And it just shows how bought in he is to his team. I think this is the game that Arkansas is going to try to put a safety over the top of Malachi Fields. And I think it's going to be a lot of opportunity for Jaden Greathouse. Now, of course, we need your boy. We need your boy to go ahead and look at him. Actually give him some looks. Talking about CJ Carr. Give him some looks. You know, get the ball to him. Let him know he's still loved. You know what I'm saying? Let him know he's still loved. So that right there is something that I think everybody should lock into. Those are your X factors brought to you by Honora Whiskey. As we look at what FanDuel has, because we are presented by FanDuel, download the FanDuel app and go to FanDuel.com. Hey, man. Right now, they still have CJ Carr at 175 for his passing yards, bro.
For odds to win the Heisman or what?
No, just the over-under for passing yards, which is crazy.
That must mean that Vegas believes we're going to run for 300 or something crazy.
No, I take that back. They bumped him up to 244. Okay, now Vegas is now paying attention. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they had to check them stats. Say, oh, he's getting 230 off of 12 attempts like it's nothing.
Yeah, Taylor Green is at 268. Now, for your rushing yards, I told you Taylor Green is the rushing offense for Arkansas. He's at 54 and a half rushing yards. Mike Washington Jr. is at 16 and a half over at FanDuel. Good Lord. They have Jeremiah Love at 97 and a half. That's a high number, man.
That's a lot.
They had Jadarian at 56 and a half.
He'll beat that in a couple runs. His first two runs, he'll get that because he'll be a spark play or something crazy, you know. They should have total yards because he's getting a lot in the special teams too.
My brother, they had Malachi Fields at 54 and a half receiving yards. Jordan Faison at 42 and a half. Eli Raridon is at 35 and a half. Eli Raridon could be someone to think about in this game as an X factor because the Memphis tight end did make some big plays in the passing game on last week. So just some things to check out. Some things to check out over at FanDuel. Download the FanDuel app, fanduel.com. All right, love, no show for us tomorrow. I have recruiting duties tomorrow. No show for us.
Recruiting, okay.
Yeah, we'll get a couple of games to cover tomorrow, so I'll be locked into that in the city.
What's your go-to snack at the games, man? Mine is popcorn.
Let me tell you something. I can't speak. I've been to Maris. Well, I've been to all Catholic school games this year. I have yet to go to a public league game.
Oh, they got the good food. They got good concession food.
Bruh, I've been to Maris, Brother Rice, and Mount Carmel. And I just happened to be in the middle of the fast during these games. But the smell coming off that grill, the hamburgers, oh my, bruh.
Something great, man. I'm telling you, some of the best food is in them Friday night light games.
Dude, the cheeseburgers, the flame broil, you can just, man, I'm standing on the field, I can smell the smoke, and I'm like, I cannot wait. But this is the first game that I'm allowed to, go at the concessions a little bit. So I'll give you an update on Monday on how that went. I'll be checking out Cameron McGee. I'll be going to Brother Rice. They play Providence. And I'll be checking out Cameron McGee. He's the number one. He's a 5-star, number one defensive end in the 28 class. He just visited Notre Dame last weekend. Jack McNamara, the Brother Rice tight end from the 28 class. He's a 4-star. He was at Notre Dame last week. Of course, Braden Parks. He is a 27 defensive tackle, 4-star. He was just at Ohio State last week. He's looking to come back for another visit to Notre Dame, so I'll be watching him tomorrow as well. Along with the rest, they have King Higgins, who's going to Illinois. The quarterback is going to Army. They have another offensive lineman, I think, that's going to Ole Miss. So needless to say, Brother Rice is absolutely stacked. Absolutely stacked. And so I'll be watching them play Providence tomorrow. Heck yeah. And they play Mount Carmel next Friday. So I'm going to that game. So
hey, that's like a state type of playoff game.
It's huge implications. Huge implications. They'll probably see each other in the playoffs. They'll see each other in the playoffs. And when they see each other, it will probably be on a neutral field. So it's not like home field advantage is up for grabs or anything like that. What's your prediction, Lev, since we don't have a show tomorrow? Let's get to it.
I got us 45-28. Notre Dame. We should get it done early.
You know what, Lev? I was kind of leaning that way. I was kind of like 41-27, 41-28 in that range.
Yep. I just, I think we'll give up points, but that's okay. We got to give some to get some.
Remember last year, each and every week, we were literally trying to find ways to give teams points in our predictions. Like,
yeah, we were like, where's it going to come from?
Man, where are they going to get 14 points? Where are they going to get 17 points?
Yeah, no, he
like, I just don't see it.
Yeah,
now we're literally like, just hold them to 24. Just hold them in the 20s. Hold them in the 20s. And we're all right. Just hold them in the 20s.
Like the new NBA format, we first one to 80.
Man, absolutely. But left SD2 mics. Hey guys, we appreciate you for joining us. Catch us. Oh, we got a question. GTB from my guy Gino Williams. Does Great House remain with us after this year?
Not if he don't catch no footballs this week.
I can't. I mean, I can't answer that question.
He's getting the worst production at receiver one in the country. The worst.
For left SD2 mics, man, we'll see you tomorrow. Go to that Patreon. You already have 4 shows up. One dropping tonight, another one tomorrow. Hey, you can't beat it. Home of the misguided passion. And we're forever committed to making sure that we spin it
Spin it
different.
different.
We'll see you guys.